All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize I wings. Show the eye clean berries. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I weeds. Show the eye clean berries.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco, and I will be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. So in the meantime, run go get your tea, your coffee, whatever beverage you have in the morning. Go ahead and prepare it, and we'll be right back.
Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, I need a meeting. Some people might need some beating. Rhythm. Yo, me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Have some question, me need them for answer. Me want the two of them on me veranda. Since it's no more Bruce and Portia. Me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Me have some questions, today them have to answer. Me I invite the Star and the Greener. Hey, TVG, send 2 news anchor. Why the poor tea coming from England? Who never born and no have no relation? Them a end up turn thief and madman. We don't want stress, send them back where them come from. Tell me when we are gonna start split Jamaica. They have to hear about the Gully and the Gaza. When me a talk about the two of you no better. Can't cause the kicker when the pot dead the blacker. Where the money where we borrow from the IMF. Where it spend pan, how much of the what left? When me ask questions on the play dev. Yet budget read and we have the bad debt. Here a next question me want find out. What kind of new ID you know I talk about? Me put chip in a me hand and all about. You mean the mark of the beast Bible talk about? Me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Have some questions, me need them to answer. Me want the two of them from me veranda. Since it's no more Bruce and Portia. Yo, me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Have some questions, today them have to answer. answer. Me a invite the star and the gleaner. CDM, send 2 news anchor. Me understand Garvey, although me no feel so. Tell me how Manly and Buster turn hero. Them contribution to freedom was 0, so replace them now with Taki and Kojo. Michael Manley said my father born ya, but enough people left when him link up with Cuba. Remember the scandal with PJ shall waiver? I shall return and him come back as we leader. One to the bunny where they borrow by Siaga. When him fi play it back, him tell we him no member. Him left and gone, but me there still a wonder if him did ever pay back poor Jamaica. He never look back to the rest of Parliament. When the last female leader of government, make sure she increase the pension payment. Just so she know she a head for retirement. Me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Me want the 2 of them from me veranda. Me have some questions, we need them for answer. Since it's no more Bruce and Portia, yo me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Have some questions, two of them have to answer. Me a invite the star and the gleaner. Hey, BBC, send 2 news anchor. Call this meeting together for the hear me. Come me attack on behalf of me country. My voice represent the majority. So me want the 2 of you listen keenly. We eat on a sell out with country. And the way on the misrepresent we. We eat all we God bless country. Have a set of leaders we act like Anansi. Me tired of the PNP and GLP. Tired of swap black dog for a monkey. Yeah, me tired of the crime and the poverty. God know me tired for go a bed hungry. Me talk about the things people think about. And I nothing me a beg or a seek out. Me see me country a crash, so me reach out. And from me little bit that say me have goat mouth. So me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Have some questions, we need them for answer. Me want the 2 of them from me veranda. Since it's no more Bruce and Portia, yo me want a meeting with Andrew and Peter. Me have some questions, 2 of them have to answer. Me a invite the star and the gleaner. Hey TVJ, send me 2 news anchor. Them say all the crime and violence is because of negligence. Them say for blame the parents. Them say we must blame the youth and have no sense. But I think it's the government, Parliament. We want betterment.
Yes, yes, my people. The man himself, Bishop the Peculiar One. The meeting. Morning, Flavio. So you're doing?
Good morning, Franco. Good morning, listeners. I'm doing very well this morning.
Glad to know.
Today looks like a brighter day than yesterday. Yesterday we had throat cover all day. But I'm looking outside and see the sun kind of peeping out. So hopefully today we'll get some sun. But apart from that, COVID is running around.
Can't get rid
I think the people are getting scared. I heard a doctor. I heard a doctor talking yesterday, and she sounded like she was very worried.
She worried in sense of
very fearful of the community spread.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna spread. It's gonna spread.
Word for the people.
It's gonna spread. No question about it. It's gonna spread. But
well, the Minister of Health is talking about 1.5 million.
Yeah, it's all the people them exercise discipline still. That's a key point of it. And we know it's not an easy thing.
That's it.
Even though we say people must exercise discipline by not going out. Or if you do go out, wear your mask. And you have some who tend to want to keep birthday parties, anniversaries, and just think it's just a normal day. And that's when a carrier might be in the crowd. And everybody, a lot of people going to end up getting it. But the thing, let me ask you, one of the things I want to find out, are they doing a lot of screening? Oh, yeah. Are they doing a lot of screening in different parts of the island? Are you with me, Flavius? Flavius? Are you with me?
I don't know. At this time, I don't really know what they're doing. I think they, at one point in time, sometime late last week, they say they was going to. They are looking on the market for test kits
Mm-hmm.
that gives 15 minutes turnaround time.
It's available. It's available.
And there was yeah. That's what they said. That is what they said. And they're trying to decide which one to get, they can have the test done quickly,
Yeah, because the early
and
detection is
the
better.
results come back immediately.
Yeah, the early detection is better because instead of having
Yeah,
people sitting down for
very
14 days,
important.
the 14 days, some people tend to wander out
Yeah.
at the quarantine,
Oh,
so
14 days. 14 days for a result is a long time. With something that's deadly, it's a very long time.
well, all right then. That's how it is.
So
This will happen.
yeah, we have to. Oh, oh boy,
You ready for did you know?
coming up in a few minutes.
All right. Then. So let me give them this song here. Then in the meantime, no brighter day from Culture Doc,
Yeah, yeah,
and
man,
then
wonderful.
we can get straight into your did you know.
Yeah,
All I'm asking for is a brighter day. Just send it our way, Oja. Sealer. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day. A brighter day. Just send it come my way. Jah why mankind so bitter? Turn them away from Lucifer. It's like some boy a drink devil soup for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It doesn't matter what the wicked say, the righteous will never run away. Oh, please, my car soldier, you are my guide and my protector. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. Two them system design a lot of youth a suffer. No succumb to the pressure, so them no go for. No stop clap it up, now them a big time killer. And the same system melt them out like butter. Mama cry, papa ball, but it can't get better. Lifeless body lay down all over, so we have to turn we face out to the Father. And ask him for a brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away.
A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day in everything possible. Not only sunshine, but bright in all aspects. Flavius, are you ready? Did you know?
yes, we are. And we have. I don't know what you call it now. People would call them legends, but this is one of the big things of the Caribbean over a very long period of time. Today we're going to tell you a little bit about the now discontinued British West Indian Airways (BWIA) that has served the Caribbean for a very very long time. British West Indian Airways was established on 27th November 1939, way before my time, by New Zealander Lovell Yerrick. Operations started on November 27th, 1940, with a Lockheed Lodestar twin on daily service between Trinidad and Barbados. By 1942, the airline had three aircraft of this type. In 1947, BWI was taken over by British South American Airways, BSAA. After a few months operating as British International Airlines, the BAA name was restored on 24th June 1948 for operating routes among the Caribbean islands using Vickers Viking twin piston engine airlines. In 1949, BSAA merged with British Overseas Airways Corporation, that is BOAC, and BAA became a subsidiary of BOAC. Vickers Viscounts were introduced in 1955 with Bristol Britannias leased in 1960 to fly the long-haul route to London via New York. In 1960, BAA had its head office in Port of Spain, Trinidad. On 1st November 1961, the government of Trinidad and Tobago acquired 90% of the shares in the airline and achieved complete ownership in 1967. For BAA, the jet age began in 1964 with introduction of new Boeing 727-100 jetliners billed as Sunjet, which replaced the Viscount turboprops on the New York route. In early 1971, four second-hand Boeing 707 Series 200 airliners were purchased from Banif International Airways and operated on inter-Caribbean service until their disposal in late 1975. The London route was restarted in 1975 using Boeing 707 jets. In 1966, Peter Lockheed Ong replaced 7 Eric Van Berg as CEO of BAA. BAA became BAIA International Airways in 1980 after a merger with Trinidad and Jamaica Air Services, which has been formed by the government in June 1974, becoming the national airline. BAA aircraft at the Trinidad and Tobago Airways adjacent to the BAA International after the merger. The same year also saw the Boeing 707s replaced on the London service with long-range Lockheed L-1011-500 TriStar wide-body jetliners. In 1986, BAA bought its first McDonnell Douglas MD-83. The airline also operated stretched McDonnell Douglas DC-950 jetliners as well as a Boeing 747-100 jetliner at one point. By 1994, the airline had become partially privatized. A substantial reorganization of its route network left London and Frankfurt the only European destinations. The airline ordered Boeing 757 and 767 aircraft, then canceled the order in favor of the Airbus A321 and Airbus 340 jets. In turn, this order was dropped after only 2 A321s were delivered. On the 22nd of February 1995, the government of Trinidad and Tobago completed the privatization of BWA by turning over majority control of the common stock and management of the airline to a private group of US and Canadian investors. In the early 2000s, BWA changed its livery to a new Caribbean green and blue color scheme and its famous steel pan trademark, the national music instrument of its home base. The fleet has been upgraded to several Boeing 737-800 next generation aircraft, two Airbus and two Bombardier d'Avalon Canada twin turboprop regional aircraft flown by BWI sister airline Tobago Express, which provided service on a short up between Port of Spain and Trinidad sister island Tobago, as well as other destinations in the region. By 2003, BWA had become one of the leading Caribbean airlines, carrying over 1.4 million passengers a year, with over 600 departures in the Caribbean and another 60 international departures each week. BWA earned roughly $276 million per year, employing 2,350 staff, had 70 daily flights, and carried 8,100 tons of air cargo per year. Its in-flight magazine, Caribbean Beat, was well regarded. However, BWA had also been plagued by losses and had a history of continuous injections of funds from the government of Trinidad and Tobago. The airline had filed for an IPO, although no date was set. The airline was owned by the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, 75%, and private owners, 25%, and had 2,588 employees in January 2005. It also had holdings in other airlines, Tobago Express and LAAT. On September 8, 2006, BWA West Indies Airways announced its demise after failed negotiations with ACAW, CATTU, Superintendents Association, and BWA's management, CEO Peter Davis, who joined BWA in March 2006, said that a new airline, Caribbean Airlines, based in Trinidad and Tobago, would replace BWA after 66 years of flying the Caribbean skies. Caribbean Airlines remain in current operation. So that's our first Caribbean airline, BWA, an airline that I traveled on a lot of times and enjoyed it immensely. It was always excellent flying and the service was top of the heap. But it is no more, but we can still celebrate. We still can celebrate it. BWI, British West Indies Airways.
Yes, yes.
That's it, Franco.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. So in case you didn't know, now you know. BWI.
Yes.
Brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, Uniquely the Caribbean. Getting ready to link up with Teddy Laidley with the really current news in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world. Each and every Monday at this time, we have really current news coming out of Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world. Brought to you by Mr. Teddy Laidley. Morning, Teddy. Morning again.
Good morning to you and your listeners, and I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend despite the many challenges.
Yeah. I know I did. I surely did. For once. Flavius, are you there with me this morning? Because I can't hear you. Well, we get
Yeah,
back.
I am here.
Sound like you fall asleep on me.
I want to. No, man. I want to leave you for 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes? All right, go ahead.
I will call back in about 2 minutes.
No problem. Do your thing. Do
Yeah,
your
man.
thing. I'm here with Teddy. No problem.
Yeah.
So, Teddy, what you have for us this morning?
All right. I want to start off with a little bit of difference this morning before I touch on the politics of our country. On September 6th, which is just 3 days after our election here. Now, a name Phyllis Cord would not ring a bell to many persons because we're talking about almost 30 odd years ago. We're calling about 36, 1983. Now, Phyllis Cord was the husband to the legendary Bernard Cord. Now, 1983, a coup would take place here in the region in the sense of the Grenada Prime Minister Maurice Bishop was booted out of office in October 1983.
Yeah.
And his friend Bernard Cord took over as the Prime Minister. Why are we mentioning this morning? She died of cancer on the 6th of September.
Okay.
2020. Just a few months from our 77th birthday. So, the thing about it is that Maurice Bishop then put out of office Eric Gary, who was running Grenada for a number of years. And so the new Joel movement that was then led by Maurice Bishop and his cohort, and the United States getting involved in what we call Operation Urgency Fury, October 25th, 1983, and it lasted until December 15 that year. Now, Bernard Cord, along with his wife and many others, was sentenced to death. But somehow during that period, she was released and came home to Jamaica and lived in the rural part of Jamaica.
Okay.
Our history we don't have a history of coup like our African counterpart. So for a lot of people, they are like I said, this is 1983, and I know a lot of persons, as I said, would have passed over the whole generation, because just like Gilbert, no, it is 2020, and 1983 would have been 37 years ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, it's just the older folks, would remember that incident that take place.
That is when we had the claim, the U.S. claim that the invasion in Grenada was going to be done by a Caribbean force with a couple Jamaican military, Trinidad, Barbados, and etc.
Yeah, but where was it? It was led by them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From what I heard from members who went, that they did only policing, while the U.S. did all the landing.
What was happening? Remember the alignment with the Soviet Union before the breakaway, and the ideology of what was taking place. What? Let us be frank, and like we said, we talk about it, and I'm not talking from an experiment point of view or detailed research and all of that. Remember, 1980 was our turning point here in Jamaica under the regime led by Michael Manley. 3 years after, they went after Grenada. Now, the bottom line is the ideology that were permeating within the region, with Jamaica, and then followed by Grenada. The United States, whether we like it yes or no, did not want that kind of regime within the region. You know, they have been tackling with Cuba, left alone, right, and tried unsuccessfully to try to topple the Fidel Castro government at the time, which did not happen.
True.
And so, therefore, they did not want the ugly head of then, as far as they're concerned, communism rises ugly head within the region. Because if you look at it, Grenada strategically is placed at the right point there in the eastern side of the Caribbean. Jamaica as the capital of the Caribbean. And as far as they're concerned, it would have been a heavy influence from both Grenada and Jamaica. And so therefore, as far as they're concerned, stamp it out. Because what happened in 1959 with the toppling of the Batista government, and well, put it this way, they can't forgive themselves. And they lost again when they tried to invade Cuba many years after. The Bay of Pigs, that did not turn to be in their favor. So as far as they're concerned, let us get rid of anybody with that kind of ideology. But look at it today, you know what I mean, many years after the dismantling of Russia, and the whole singing of communism is now kept underneath the carpet, because when you look at it, it's few countries in the world, China, where you'd have North Korea, you'd have Singapore, and a couple other countries that is singing that song of communism.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, the whole free market has changed. The dynamics and the narrative have changed over the years. Because one thing that I've really come about that I would never imagine I've seen in my lifetime, and I had the chance to visit that country, was the downing of the Berlin Wall. I personally went to Germany years after and went to see they have a piece of the wall still up. And find of that era in life.
Yeah.
And people don't can walk across. So the question is, if many people know that was going to be toppled, they would have just stayed, trying to get over the wall.
Yeah, that's true. But at the time, it was is it Flavius?
Yeah.
All right.
Teddy.
Yeah.
Teddy. I have a little story about the wall. I have a little story about the wall, but I don't know if it's true, but they are saying when the wall was coming down, there was some guys on the wall singing Three Little Birds.
Yes, it was, yes. Yeah. I think the song was One Love rather than Three Little Bird. One Love, One Heart.
No, man, Three Little Birds. They were singing Three Little Birds too.
Yeah. No, well, I can't hear of Bob Marley's song at the time would have been appropriate at that time. But the thing about it, the revolution that take place, and I tell something, it did make an impact here in the region, because years after, I again remember going to Grenada, and while in Grenada, the driver that was taking us around, we asked about the revolution and how person felt it. And the feedback that we get is that they didn't want Maurice Bishop to be killed, because he was just as likable and charismatic as Michael Manley. And they show us places where the shoot up take place. Physically, the unfortunate thing about it at the time of my visit to the communist state of and Grenada, we didn't have the luxury of what we have in the media in terms of social media on your phone and all of that. Because then my visit, I would have captured the bullet torn bins and all of that. That still, I think the government did not do anything to maybe it serve as a reminder. It's still up until today. Many of the building that was invaded and things that happened, right? So maybe that is a reminder. Let us not go back there. And it had been said that when Dr. Keith wanted Phyllis to return to jail in the tiny island of the Caribbean there, because somehow a lot of persons have not forgiven that incident. So that is something that I wanted to mention about that stain within the Caribbean of 1983. Also the same here, that we could now segue into politics, that the government called a snap election, because as you are aware, Jamaica was very integral in that whole scenario, read the invasion.
And that was not good for us, because I was in Canada at the time of the invasion, and the Canadians over there were saying, boy, the Jamaicans lead force against them.
Mm-hmm.
I
was fortunate to see some document that was brought back from Grenada. I was fortunate. Like I said, many a times, I just say, when you behave like a fly on the wall, you tend to observe a lot. So, I just looking at the Phyllis Court, Bernard Court situation, the new jewel movement that took place, the leftist, New Jewel movement along with the organization there. It was quite interesting. It's Phyllis Ford had a memoir publishing last year called Unchained, A Caribbean Woman Journey Through Invasion, Incarceration and Liberation. So for persons who really want to get an understanding of what took place, can look up that book or can purchase it and get an insight from what happened. Looking at the election, the cabinet have been sworn in. Today, the Minister of State will be sworn in, and yesterday, the 19-member cabinet was sworn in. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, I am.
Loud
A
and
lot of people are saying that it's too large a cabinet. There are indications of some members should not have been there. Of opinion. Take, for example, they were saying that Samuda, there's the two Samuda, which as far as I'm concerned is not related. The senior Samuda, he is the Minister of Labor and Social Welfare. And then you have the other Samuda, who is then, as it's been said, part of the team of the national security. Now, energy is being led by Darrell Vaz, which a lot of people are questioning his being brought into the cabinet, alongside Arbin Hill, who is then the minister that will deal with, again, economic growth, but have responsibility for water. And I think they should, and what we were discussing last week, water and housing and land should go together, but they made their decision. One of the statements that persons are saying, Arbin Hill said recently that the water should have been divested. We divested electricity, and now we're paying dear for that. Water is life, and I think the government should still control water. It should be in the hands of the people. It should not be divested, it should not be privatized. It should be so. At least every single person in this country should have access to water. So the 19-member cabinet, one wonders that whether it's going to be more lean and mean or efficient. We see the portfolio are split between the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, have been split from agriculture and fisheries, which I think is a good move.
Yeah, but Teddy, what is your take on the appointment of Aldershaw?
When I saw him taking the oath of office, it's a clear indication. We understand he should have been replaced. He should have been replaced. You know, his health is as I said, we're not able to judge or say, well, but I think he should have been replaced. I don't think Norman Dunn could have been sitting in that position, or there are other persons that could have taken on the industry and commerce, right? He should have been headed by somebody who he can understudy, who can understudy him as a minister. You know, so I'm glad that Floyd Green is given, and as an attorney, he's given the task of agriculture and fisheries. And he was doing a good job. Pernell Charles Jr., I thought he would have stayed with the ministry of the same water situation that he had been dealing with. So it's a nice mix. I really feel good about my friend Juliette Cuthbert. who is the Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. What I think they should have done, it's simple. This is just my opinion. Less ministers, have more Minister of States to understudy and have, what you call it, there are enough persons within the cabinet that you could have put in as parliamentary secretaries. And so these persons become understudy. So therefore, it is an easier transition. Terry Long, who is the Minister of State, is gone back to culture with Bob the Green. I think Terry Long should have stayed at the Ministry of Education where he said, because he was the Minister of State there in education, and at least sit in and know a few things. What they should have done, they put Fable Williams there. Fable is an investment banker. She was doing well at the time with Nigel Clark when she was at the Ministry of Finance. So they should have even put Fable at Industry and Commerce, because Industry and Commerce, have to be in the mix of finance. And so therefore, if you're talking about moving Fable, you should have then moved Fable into that ministry where Ardishaw is and is not doing well. And then remember, Holness was a former Minister of Education, and he brought youth and exuberance to it. So what they should have done is make Terry Long, who is able, because he was an effective Minister of State in education. They should have then make him the Minister of Education, so that he can relate to young people, because that's what you want. The dynamics of education has changed. It's not the blackboard chalk dust kind of approach no more. All of that has changed. So with him being the Minister of State within education, they should have then promoted him and let him be the education minister, because the young people he can relate to.
Well, I am hearing a lot of people not agreeing with Fable Williams in that position.
Yeah. Yeah, Flavor should not be. She should, if you're going to put her in industry and commerce because of her background. Again, she's an investment banker, so put her there, right?
It's a serious mismatch.
Come again?
That pairing is don't make any sense at all. Put it bluntly, that pairing don't make any sense. And then her deputy is a new person.
You're talking Morgan.
Yeah. So it's two new people to steward one of the most important ministries that we have. That already have serious problems.
That's the reason why I said, even if they put Flavor as the Minister of Education, they should have then kept Terry Long, because he was the Minister of State in Education. So at least he knew previous things, what was happening within the ministry. So at least he could have guided her along the
continuity. Yeah, continuity, right?
Yes. But they move him now and take him over to Bobsy. Not that he was, because remember, he was with Bobsy, He was with Bobsy in many years, shortly.
Yeah.
Shortly
He can handle it. Yeah, he can handle it. Yeah.
You see, the opposition is yet. Opposition is yet.
My three no's is education, industry, and energy. I think those three are totally wrong.
Yeah. No, remember
It's
what we
my
were saying?
opinion.
We were saying that technology is supposed to have gone with education. Because
Yeah.
if you're thinking about changing the populace mindset, right, and with a technological landscape we are having globally, you should put education along with technology. So therefore, it coupled together.
Yeah.
You know. Again, energy and science. So the whole energy, science and technology should be with education. It can't be education, youth, and information. Information should be coming from the office of the Prime Minister. That's where that portfolio should be coming from. Youth and culture and youth should have gone over to Bobsy. Gender, there's too many women now in the Parliament that you have not done a separate ministry for gender. Gender supposed to have its own ministry. That's what should have happened.
Also sports. Mm.
Yes. I think I was also wondering why they didn't, as I said, create a ministry of sports separately and put Juliet there, because she's intimately involved in sports. She have done fitness. So you could have put the Ministry of Sports and Wellness as a ministry and leave Ministry of Health and Environment, as we have said previously, together. But they have made their decision. Let us see how they operate now. Now that as a matter of fact, it's 28 people have formed a team between the Ministry of States and between the cabinet ministries. So that is talking about 29 persons out of the 48, because it would be stupid of them trying to get the other seat that is lost in Westmoreland. That was picked by the returning officer in favor of the PNP.
So, Teddy, what's happening on that side of the aisle now?
Well, there's supposed to be about 2 magisterial recount taking place. The one with Amos, along with Lawrence in Westmoreland. But to me, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. Good. You get 49, then it was 14, now it's 15. Let keep the 15. Come on, you can't win them all.
True. But this is an MP clash.
But Teddy, it's just about the party, or the individual people who want to win for them seats.
No, but the difference here, how I see it, it's simple. Use the opportunity to continue to garner your constituency. That is my opinion. Stay. No, this give you a chance, because let's be honest, it is not the PNP that is in power. So you winning a seat as a member of parliament, a lot of things will not trickle down to you. You can't be an effective member of parliament. So therefore, the current caretaker, who then now represented the JLP, will run rings around you. It's simple, it's not rocket science. Because his party is in power, although he's not the MP, he's a caretaker, he can get things done. Where you, as a member of parliament, you cannot get things done. So even if you have the constituency development fund, that is nothing compared to what you can get from your party. So what I would have done is simple. Say to him, stay there and work. Show your true color. So when it come around to the next election, then you would have amassed enough confidence in the electorate to go. So it will have to come down as a tie.
I agree with you. I agree with it, yes, Teddy. I agree with that.
So the next time you can't be in a tie. Stay and do the work. The same thing. Why is fighting for magisterial recount? It's a waste of time. Go and do the work. We are now in power. You will get the support from the party and the government. Go and do the work. This is what we want our MPs to do. Stay in their constituencies, work in, too many times people complain. We only see them around. As far as I am concerned, Member of Parliament, the campaign still goes on. Don't take it for granted now that, we'll win. The campaign still goes on. I should implore a lot of MPs to continue going to your constituencies, continue meeting with the people, continue let your face be present, because that's what sometimes people want. In my opinion, a constituency office for a member of parliament is supposed to be a resource center. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, true thing that.
Be a resource center. As a member of parliament, I must know how many tradesmen I have in my constituency. I'm not supposed to be looking outside. If something comes up, I have to be looking outside of my constituency for a resource person. I must know the business people in my constituency. I must know all the justice of the peace in my constituency. So therefore, I can be able to empower my people for them to understand the law.
True.
To empower people to get an education. That's what the MP should have been doing.
I would love them to listen this morning. Or somebody I would love somebody to listen this morning and go tell them, because most of them not doing no work. And and they just want to be member of parliament. But you have to put in the work so you can get the result.
It's more than that. A member of parliament must have his ears and eyes on the ground. We are now living in a technological age. It means he must know what happened last night.
I want to ask you a question, Teddy, because this I've been baffling with it for months with a friend of mine, and he was telling me that every month or maybe every quarter, each member of parliament is given X amount of dollars for the constituency. Is that true?
Okay. What I know is that the member of parliament is given what we call the constituency development funds. They were trying. Don't quote me on the figure.
No, I don't want. I don't want to.
No. What happened? It was. I think it was about $30 million, and then Roots Golden came in. It cut it down to 20 or something like that. So the whole thing is that the Constituency Development Fund, as it stated, should be looking at the other stakeholders that should be sitting is that the civil committees within the constituency, along with the council, along with the MP, should be one that sit around and see how the funds are being spent. But unfortunately, that's not the case. The civil committees or the groups don't even know sometimes when the fund is being spent. And I think that's where we must, as the constituents, must be, ask for accountability of these funds. Okay. Yes, it is coming in for the development, whether you're developing the social program, whether you're developing the infrastructure, but the constituency must know why the thing are being prioritized. Why is it the money into infrastructure rather than social intervention? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you get the constituency involved, then at least people can say, yes, this is working. But when you're in a position where you're not getting other people at the table, in terms of how the money is spent, then who at the end of the day can question the member of parliament to say how the money was spent?
Okay.
Right? And that's what we're saying. Accountability must be priority. That must be top priority. The money comes in, what areas are the money is going to be spent in and why? And this is where the civil group and this is where a cross section of both the caretaker, right, along with the governing MP, along with the councils for the area, along with the civil groups, that's consists of the neighborhood watch and the citizen association and whatever group was coming must say, okay, fine. Proposals have been put in and let us examine the proposals. So therefore, within my constituency, I must able to submit a proposal for the development and the enlightenment of my country, and then can send it in to my member of parliament. So, no, whether you consider yes or no, the fact is that you must have a vehicle for persons in the constituency to say, look, I want a say in this constituency development fund.
So
I think what is happening now is the government as a whole is practicing a top-down approach. We need to take that around and start dealing with it from a bottom-up approach, where things come from the people. What is happening now, the MP come and say, oh, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. But it should never be like that. The people should tell him, say, okay, our needs are this, and then discuss it. So you move from the bottom up and not from the top down, you know, and that way you're better able to manage the funds and people will be better able to account for the funds.
That's what we're saying. A committee should be formed and representative that represent the different sector within constituency sit on it. So therefore, you talk about feedback. You're supposed to be taking that information back to the constituent and say, well, this is what we discussed. Or, for example, if you have an idea for the betterment of the constituent, then put it in a proposal form. And then also, we should be self-sustaining, self-developing in each constituency. That's what we're supposed to do. The constituency is supposed to be able to set up entrepreneurial structure in the constituency that it learn to engage and feed itself. That's the way how I look at the constituency. So it's not dependent, but independent. So within our, if we have a plot of land that is idle, can we look at growing crops on it that can turn around, be sold back to the constituent? And so it helped the model in terms of our nutritional, at least people are eating. Let us look at the clinic. Is the clinic the type 5 clinic that can do up to minor surgery, that we don't have to be burdensome on the regional hospitals? So these are that we look at. But therefore, health, security, and supposed to be the 2 factors inside a constituency. Because whenever we are not healthy, a healthy nation cannot be a productive nation. And a scared nation cannot be productive because you leave your house living in fear. That's the point.
That's true. That's true.
And you can't say whether you're going to take sick because you're not productive. So I think it's time we change the dynamics of the role of the MP in the constituency and what the constituency means.
True. Hey Teddy, I know with time this morning with your short, but I have a question for you before you leave, and it might sound a weird to you, right? But since you start the really current, and getting to know your where I said I don't want to use the word ideology, but your understanding of the whole government runnings at Jamaica. Any thoughts of running for a seat or a council seat? Flavor chuckle.
Corinthians chapter 13 says, you must give up things of the youth. And that is one of the things that we're saying. We want the young people to take a different approach, being guided by the old folks. So, to me, it would be shameful for me to be involved when this space is supposed to be left there for young, fresh minds. Yes, what I see happening, we're supposed to have a technologically driven society. We can't say that the world is going that way. The point I'm saying here, we're supposed to have young people going out constituency with iPod, talking to people at their home, putting down information. Do you understand? We're not supposed to be to people gate with pencil and paper. We're supposed to photograph. All right, take for example, I'm a justice of the peace, right? I can't everybody within my zone because I'm the justice of the peace in St. Andrew, right? Now, one of the biggest problems we're having here at Justice of the Peace is verification of address. Many people do not have driver's license or vote. So when they go to the financial institution, they are asking, they have a standard form called verification of address. Because nobody can live in a household because one of the verification is that they ask for utility bills. Many people live in the household and contribute to the utility bill, but the bill does not come in their name. Water come in the name of the landlord. The electricity bill come into the name of the person who rent the place. The internet bill, many people get it by their phone. So they're now asking for verification of address. Now, as a justice of the peace, when somebody come and say that they live so and so, how do I know that? What value? So you ask them for an ID. They said they don't have it. They don't have the voter's ID. They don't have driver's license, right? So the situation that presents itself is that you have to ask people in the neighborhood. Now, if he cannot tell me who lives next door to him, he will call the person to verify, is this person living next to you? Then I can't verify his address because I don't know. He said he lives there. But can you tell me the neighbor? Tell me who lives next door to you, because that person might be on the voters list. So I can verify. Tell me the name of your landlord, so I can call him to verify if you're there.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So things like this,
Well, your Teddy beat it down already, Flavius. Teddy, you're back with us. well, I would just check in to make sure, because I know your interest in the government, the whole governance of Jamaica is very passionate about.
Teddy.
Yes.
I have a question. A question that Franco asked me and I can't answer. Do you know what treatment is given to patients who goes to hospital and have COVID?
What treatment? No,
Yes.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know what's the procedure.
Yeah,
I don't.
Nobody seems to know.
Yeah, nobody seems to know.
Nobody seems to know. Well, anyway, Teddy.
Remember the protection. The person information pertaining to that is being under the data restriction act in Jamaica.
Yeah. Same thing here too. Same thing here too.
Meaning that they have no right to, the hospital have no right to share this information, and you don't have no right to make inquiries.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What we really want to find out is the procedure, basically, not the specifics, but the general procedure. What happens?
Well, we'll have to put it out there. If somebody who have contracted the COVID could be in a position where they share it. You see? So that is it. But Franco, back to just briefly what you were saying. I was involved and interested in politics for a longer time because when I was in school, civics was one of my favorite subjects. So the rudiment of politics was something that appealed to me.
True.
And I was always, like I said to you before, I was always a fly on the wall listening in. I attended a lot of meetings on both sides, both the JLP and the PNP, but none of them can claim me to say that I'm a member.
True.
But I had friends on both sides where I sit down in meetings and I listen. And there's a saying goes that you have 2 ears, one mouth, meaning that you listen twice and speak once.
True.
And so over the years, I've learned a lot. That's why I could tell you, I have seen information that was brought back from the 1983 invasion. I was in a room when they were serving through information on what took place. I was there. This is not story I'm making up. I was in that room. I was looking at information. I see things.
True.
And I keep my mouth closed all these years.
Well, it's glad, you know, if you know that, you know, you can talk about these things without saying your ears say, because that's what, as I said to you all the time, that's one of the things I like about when you're making the really current news. You're not telling, you know, ears say what your ear a man say. If you don't know it, you're not saying it. And that's, you know, very delightful. So, Teddy, with that, you know, we're going to go short, cut it short with you this morning. And then next week, you know, I really want to find out more about the allocation of this money that is given to MP for the constituency.
Okay. You know the good thing about it. And like I said, this is not a hearsay. A friend of mine, she's the executive director for that department within the government. I don't know if she has changed her position, but she is a person that look about the funding for the government.
Okay.
For the MPs. So now that you mentioned that, what I will then ask her is to tell me the rudiment of how it works. If it's that she can give me a document on, I will ask her. So now that you mention it, I will call and ask her, how does the constituency development fund work? And so get some information. So that I can give you some more information on the next time we talk.
All right, my virgin. Thank you.
You just give me a chance now to call her up because I haven't spoken to her in a little while.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. You have a good day. And thanks a lot here for taking time out.
And same to your listeners. All right, good then.
Man, bless.
Flavor to talk.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, so we're going. Yeah, thank you, Teddy, very much. So we're going to get done now, and then we go into some football discussion. Yes, so our next guest this morning, or should I say our next correspondent, none other than the man himself, Donovan, in London. What should I say, Dan? Is afternoon, evening for you? Good evening, Dan.
Why, the time, me look on the time there. Time a 4:15, my brother.
Oh,
Got it
good.
16 past 4.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening in your neck of the woods. So is
Yeah,
everything
man,
well?
you know what, so what think about 6 hour ahead?
Something like that. 5 to 6 hour. 5.
So ahead, yeah.
So the family,
Praise the
how the
Lord.
family doing this morning?
So the family good, yeah, everybody good, just give praise and thanks to the Almighty for say. Least we say our next day and for all of prayer and say, yeah, we have health and we have strength, because we don't call the people all over the world worse than we and in a different crisis. So we have to give thanks to the Almighty.
Yes, that's true. Have there some stories going on in London, right? Football story with some football players. You have a thing with them call Martial Law for Britain, Dad's Army, Patrol, pubs, and a whole heap of
Be a
things.
mad thing.
Yeah, so
Be a mad thing, my brother. Boy, I don't know. My brother, we don't know how to keep up with the amount of things. We have this happen, that happen. Boy, my brother.
you guys have a lot of news for tackle, man. I can
News.
see it.
How much things, my brother, as me I said to you now, the thing we know, we have me know, we go in last week. Here at me now. But it's sending the thing when me I work with the youth them.
Yeah.
Because here we are me now with this virus now. If you do the football pan a whole, because me send a thing come gear, so instead of working on the technical and certain things, you work on the psychological part. You work on the reflection part. So you have to try, do the program away. I'm not trying to contact. So listen to the government. We can't do this, we can't do that. We should do this. Me I'll get involved. Me I'll talk like about the bubble.
Yeah.
All right now. Last week me go in. The bubble still. It contradicts in a way where it look good in a sense. In the next sense, you have to think, how this work. Because I do the first week last week. We go in. So when you're going now, so you have option, You have the 3 option we have is you can't wear a mask. Your door must wear a mask. You can't wear a visor. Your door must wear a visor. Or you can't wear a bandana. Your door must wear a bandana. So you can't either do any of them there.
Oh, so
Parents cannot come into the school and collect and stand up. Collect, leave.
Oh, okay.
You parents are not allowed in the school to come and for no information. Call on the phone.
Them say no lingering.
No lingering. So certain strategy when me like. You come in, you deal with it, and you stay outside the gate. Parents not allowed to come inside the school to the kids them. You stay outside the gate. Open a certain time, the kids them come in. When the kids them come in now, the kids them are not allowed to go straight in the classroom. They are allowed to stay outside. When the time comes for them go inside the classroom, each kid have to be sanitized. So the teachers is there, have to sanitize. You do your answer. When you go into the class now, you only facing the blackboard. I don't know how the school them set up. Over here, our school set up like 6 round a desk that cut out. Only 2 round a desk, and you have the distance. But the thing now what people may say is 2 kids sit maybe not even a meter apart, not even half meter. So that's the thing now. We don't know what all them work that out, but you in front of me is a meter, but me and you can sit beside in our desk. The kids are not allowed to play with no other year group. So if you're in year 1, you can't play with no other year group. The teachers are not allowed to go in the staff room unless there is enough space. The kids are not allowed to go into the hall to have lunch anymore. They have their lunch within their classroom.
Okay.
The part now what kind of sticky, and I wouldn't put it sticky in one way, sticky in the other way. PE now, that's my department. I can only when I work with the kids them, there's a transition where I carry those kids to a certain point. Next class carry to a certain point. That's where I look at it, because they are changing class teachers. Because although them set it up now, the school, I mean, them set it away where only 2 PE teacher. We interact with each other. So when that person finish and I finish, I care to a point. That person don't come to where I was working. I don't go to where she was. Let it have a specific point. Those kids come to me. And this is the hard part now. The equipment has to be sanitized. Every single lesson, we have to sanitize those.
Okay.
We have option. We can sanitize or we can wear gloves. I choose to wear the glove, but I still sanitize the equipment, because the kids, them, you know, them they're touching. The next thing now, that is one school, you know. You go around and with other school, that's not allowed.
What the age group are these children?
All right. At primary, it's from say about 5 to 11. Those kids now, they are more immune to the virus. You know, scientists say this, we don't buy it, but scientists is saying this and that. But they set up at certain school because they have a lot of space. Lot of space. You have some school where the space is limited. So what them do now is each class there is a perimeter around. You're not supposed to come out of that perimeter. So you go in lunchtime, break time, that's a perimeter. You don't, no classes mix. But the only thing is teachers mix.
So let me ask you, in the classrooms, do they have? They don't have no visor that on the desk like you'd have a plexiglass. It's normal class, but the
distance
is it measured out?
No, the distance is in front. All right, you know all the English buses where you sit and you're facing each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's how the classroom used to be, 6 around one desk. So kids are facing each other. Now, no kids facing each other.
Okay.
So there's only two kids to one desk. So it's set up now that if it's 30 kids, that's 15 desks.
They're just like side and side.
No, the 1 meter, yes, side and side. But in front, there's a 1 meter. But sitting beside each other, there's no 1 meter. So that's just normal sitting.
You're the next one that made the ask, you know. When the beginning of the school, do they test these kids, temperature tests? Do they have them wash their hands before they enter classrooms, or
we have to assume? You have to assume the parents, but you get the sanitizer. That's a must. Lunchtime, no. As you're going in class, lunchtime, any break you have, any form of break, you sanitize. If it's a 1 minute break, everyone has to sanitize.
But entering in the morning.
We have to trust the parents. Have to trust the parents. So what happened now, as you come in, you sanitize. So you sanitize as you come in, you know. So and it's sanitized with everything.
Okay,
yes. So we trust the parents. You have all right. If you bring your kids in school, we have to trust you now. If it's a listen, you know what's going on. You make them do all the necessary. And then if you look at that, then you know some of those kids, parents travel with them, so they are driving a car, they may take the public transport. So the sanitizer is for, all those. So, but sanitizing is a must. Every single kids, it's in every classroom. We as a PE teacher now, I try to avoid the staff room. I try to avoid certain things. So what I do is I stay outside during the break. So we get our things different, We get our own sanitizer, our own liquid, our own towels, everything. We get that in different package. So we have that's supposed to serve we for the term. So that when the term finishes, we sanitizer finish before the term. we get new sanitizer. So with us, and we have the choice. We can either don't wear the mask, or we can.
Okay. So
Some
the
kids,
teachers, you're saying the teachers them have the option for either wear a
them have the
mask?
option. But to me, the best option to me, I may be wrong, that's my opinion, is the visor. The reason why I put on the visor when I go in, the kids are seeing me and I can speak to them. When you have on the mask, they are not hearing what you are saying. And to me, you're hiding part of your face.
Okay, so the visor, something
to me, the
that
visor,
you use the visor for your session.
I use a visor with my session. Or if say sometimes you cover for your teacher. Maybe a teacher want go, you go inside and cover, but we don't have any cover, you know.
This is the question. This is the question I want to ask you, since you said that no, the teachers has no cover. No. How do they know? Are the teachers tested before?
Yes.
How many days at a time? How many days?
No, as a coming school.
Oh, so you have that quick COVID test?
Yes, because you see the testing card. What them doing now? They are trying to give the 5-day one and all. They might try to work on the 5-day testing quick, a couple hours.
So this one that the teachers are going through is what, 15 minutes?
Maybe like that. So you know it. You ever see them done it? You're worried. The read comes. So, but the problem is,
they must read the temperature.
Yeah, it read quick. You know, it's something you put on your forehead, like. You ever see? Yeah. So when that reading come out, the only thing with that reading is supposed to have a normal fever. That's it. So if you, what them say now, the protocol in school is supposed to be the same, but I don't know if every school is the same protocol. The protocol is if you say suspect say that person have it. What them trying to do now is not to close down the whole schools. If you are in year 5 and that happen, every kid in year 5 plus the class teacher don't come back for 14 days. That classroom sanitized. If more than one class or more than one people, then the school closed down for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Sanitize back. So what they are trying to do now is them are looking at ways of not disrupting the education aspect of it.
Okay.
So when they have a 6-month one, they are trying not to have that.
Okay.
So
this bring me to this clippings that I saw about Martial Law for Britain.
No.
I'm just posting it up. And it have something about Dad's Army.
All right.
Explain that to me now with Dad's Army. Who are Dad's
you don't know. You want me know. What's happening now? Maybe we don't get it today about the news. For the couple about we open up now, the thing open up for about 2-3 weeks, because the premiership is what? 1 week. So things open up, and you know they have the practice match and so. What happening now is what they are saying now, the younger generation, say from about 16 to about say 30, 35, they are not taking it serious. So they are just partying. And I don't know if I make you see one where a whole part of them was partying.
I think so, but I never download that one. I just download the ones I want.
If you look at that one, if you look at that one, they are partying, they don't care. So what the government is saying now is, because they are being put it, they want to say careless, but say they are not mature enough in how they are doing things. It is spreading now because certain places have to be them thinking of closing down a couple city now. So what them want to do now is, don't laugh, you know. Them want to get older people start patrol. So you are patrol the town, and the fine is £100. At the moment, it was a fine. So what maybe today or tomorrow, but we know say it's in this week. But either if it's not today, it's tomorrow. The law passed now. Only 6 people can gather.
So let me ask you, if like a place like Jamaica said, older people can't be on the street because them immune system weak. Them more easier to catch it. And yet still England, right? We know England. Yeah. The older folks become Dad's Army.
Yes, so because you remember with the world, you remember the World War? That is something what really happening now in World War now. Where the dad's army, farmer army was fighting as well,
Yeah.
So it's a same. So they must put it the dad's army just allergy for where yes, that did happen. So these dad army patrol them out,
What am I going to do?
patrol like pubs.
Okay.
So I go and look in the pubs and see how many people in the pubs and places where they will congregate. So we don't know how serious this will be, but the thing what will happen now is if 7 or 8 people, because some people was saying, what if you have a family of 8? What to do? 6 don't have to go out and leave 2 inside.
Yeah.
So that's something not clarified, but and they were saying then suppose how many from different households. So 6 from different households. But to be frank, to be fair now, it's not about the death rate at the moment, The death rate is low, It's about the spread and who's contracting the virus.
Okay, which group of people, age group of people are
yes, but them said the age
and spread it.
Yeah, but them said the younger age group now is more than ever. Yeah, the younger age group now is now being affected more.
No, you mean not the schoolers. You mean the teens though. Those
yeah. So you look at college, and you know the 25 in an office and those things.
Let me
those
tell
are
you,
the people now.
Anybody can get it.
Everybody can catch it, yeah.
Kid to an adult. So when them are categorize and I say this age group don't have it, and this age group, I don't buy that. But anyway, let's jump into the season, the openers. The season opener yesterday. Was it yesterday or Saturday?
No, Saturday.
All right. Liverpool played, and a lot of people, including myself, wasn't pleased with the result.
No, you say
it was a 4-3. They won 4-3.
Well, all right. Well, you remember when Klopp just come and him start get the team playing. You remember that 2 seasons ago where if a team score 5, them score 6, and so on. Well, is that same complacent? If you watch that first game,
I watched it.
It's the same thing. No comeback in. So the only difference is we didn't score enough goal. Them get enough chance. Attacking wise, we are good, but because
the defense line weak.
Yeah, no, that's where the problem comes in, because there is no competition there. So them get complacent. You know what? It's Leeds. So Leeds just come in. So we're supposed to run past Leeds, but I hear someone say Leeds is going to, and to me, I may be wrong, I may be wrong. I don't see Leeds as a threat to none of the top team. Someone said, no, they are going to this, no. But if you look at the game, good. Good. We could win the game 7-8. I don't see Leeds. Although they are saying Leeds is this, I do not see. Them have to prove me wrong. I don't see Leeds in the top. Some people say Leeds is going to be in the top 6. I don't see Leeds in the top 10. Don't even see them in that. As I say, them can prove me wrong. And what I always notice, and if you do the research way back, the start of the season, do not make the top 4 second. Okay. They are vulnerable the first 2 weeks of the season. If you notice any of the top team, you see what happened to Tottenham? All right, then. We don't know what's going to happen tonight.
Okay. All right, so, we move to the next one. The English players. 2 players were sent home. Big in the sun, earhead.
2
one
silly
of them
players.
is Mason Greenwood.
But yes, I'm Fadden.
Fadden, who play. Both of them play for the clubs
one
in
play
Manchester.
For Chelsea. Yeah, one play for Fadden is our City. One is United.
Yeah, so they play for the clubs them in Manchester. What's going on, Dan? What's going on? Because it seems like it's a breach.
No, me can't understand. You may hear it. There's a club in Liverpool. I want to try to get the name. It's Lily something. I want to try to get the name. You see that club when you go down there? There are girls only come to that club just to have some fun with the players. Nothing more. These two kids, them are kids same way. Oh, that's a no. It's a, I want to say even a hype. I feel say it's the, I want to get the right word flying to them head. You are two new member of the squad. You are given a chance when lots of players your age doesn't get a chance. Redman from Southampton, to me, a much better player than these two. He haven't gotten the chance. You two got a chance. You know what's going on.
So what really happened? Tell me, what really happened? We want to get to the root.
Them play the game. And what them do is, them contacted two girls. One of them, I believe, some beauty queen, Iceland, something like that.
Iceland Miss Universe, something like that.
Yeah. So
she
what
was a participant.
It's just a money-making thing, because that is going to sell like hot bread. Because
so you're saying these girls set them up?
No, these girls set them up. They set themselves up.
Okay.
Because if you know you're a celebrity at certain age, and you have a contract signed, this is your first time at that level playing for your country, you supposed to already read past players' experience with these things. So I feel they should have a mentor.
So hold on. So the reason for them being sent back home is because they break the team.
They break the quarantine.
Not security.
Yeah, and the security, yes. And it's not about quarantine. It's about the COVID spreading. Because remember, they are going to mix
with some new people. I read the story, and one of the girls said she couldn't believe that the players met them, because if they are in quarantine, how comes them breach quarantine just to come meet them, not knowing if them infected or
they
not?
Got the girls. They go to the girls went to their apartment,
I thought, to what the son was saying, what the son was saying. The son was saying that the players have the girls them book 2 rooms in that hotel.
The girls them go to.
Because the players them were on the 3rd floor. They book out all of the 3rd floor for the English players.
That's where the players was.
And the girls was on the 7th floor.
Yeah, but it's their room. The girls them come.
Well, that's what the son said. The son said that the players them pass security.
Because if I find it, because them
security, and the security female saw them leaving, but didn't stop them. So they went to the 7th floor where the girls them were in room 700 and 702.
Yeah, well, the girls them come to their room. And then what?
No. This is where they start. The son said no, they never come because security was on the 3rd floor. It's the guys them leave their quarantine era.
Sit right in front of me here. They must say, when Fadin said to the girls, "What you coming to hotel for?" So them came, and then Greenwood said to him, "What do you think?" Yeah.
That's so the girls them came to the hotel and booked 2 rooms.
No, them booked 2 rooms where they were staying. But the girls come to their room.
And the players them go to their rooms.
No, them come to the players' room because they are under strict rule. You cannot leave. But the only thing people is saying is, for being so young, them naive.
Then where was the security?
No, the security only can go as far,
They weren't on the floors, them. They weren't on the floor. I'm talking the team security. Team security.
All right, the team security. The team security, I'll do, this team security only to, divert the crowd or no crowd around, But if you say you want to go somewhere, the team security can follow you, but them don't have nothing to restrict you from doing certain things. But everyone is saying, why didn't those players have a mentor? Because, all right, when we go on, when you go, all right, when we go on residential, here is how we set up our residential now. If we go if you go outside players, you see where the players' room are. So the players' room is on. Say you have 16 kids. There's only one entry to the room, only one entry to the dormitory. You see that dormitory, you see your room is at the front of the dormitory. So no anyone pass you, you will see those. The only way them can pass you is jump through those windows. So I thought them would have said something up like that where the mentor, you have Garrett Southgate, you have the physio, you have everybody. You know what? Physio, you're up on floor 1. Bam, you're up on floor 2. So that will show say, you know what? There's no one coming in, no one going out. But when you get access where you can just come in, the coach, not because the coach trusts you. I trust the coach, you know, so you can do whatever. But you know, I'm 18-year-old, a young kids, but the younger thing, and then the younger thing I look at is, will this affect their career? Will it affect them? That's the next thing we have to ask.
I don't know, and I hope so. It don't affect.
Yeah, but then again, Greenwood.
Yeah,
no, but then Greenwood again. No, Greenwood. No, Greenwood like he's not listening or he's not. Can you see what the earhead him start the smoking, smelling this gas. No, look into it now. You just come off of one problem, and then you got into a next problem. So you're not learning.
Well, I guess they have to go find him. They have to go find him a mentor.
But and then but I go and say something where enough listener good at maybe don't agree with me. You have to start realize his color doesn't fit. So maybe what the next player get away with, he may not get away with it. So we have to start looking at those things. You understand?
Yeah.
I know, so you just start a career, or Man United is going to react, or Solskjaer is going to react with him.
True.
Or Man City is going to react with him. You understand? So that's something now where them ban, you know, out of all the competition, the nation competition for a moment, you know.
Okay.
Suppose someone
when that finish, when that going to finish?
I believe them have a couple match on next month. Them have match next month as well.
Okay.
Because you know, say it got semi-final and it got a bag of foolishness where this, that, cause everybody says it's a useless competition.
It's supposed to be friendly warm-up.
I see them friendly, but them a get a name now if you get a trophy and yeah. But the next thing is, suppose 2 players fill their spot now and start play good. Look at that.
Well, that would have been your fault. You know, you get the chance, the opportunity. You're supposed to utilize it and make sure, you know, you follow the protocol, especially when you're in a national team. I know it's different from a club team, you know, when you're in a national team. You're representing your country, so anything you do out of the ordinary, it's going to be a news. You know, go and make news.
And then the next thing is a role. You're supposed to have a role model figure. And then the girls them know. The girls them don't business car. Me send you the one when the girls them was just laughing. I show you the need.
Yeah, me say all of that, but you know, me don't want to show all of them. So me just choose the one where we can run through.
Because them no business. They don't business enough.
Well, we know this morning is a special edition because we might have you on a Monday, right? And not a Thursday.
Yeah, and then no, as me said to you, me tell about the club now. So the club now, when me leave out,
we have to go work around it. We can't work around that field. So we know that you won't be using an hour no more, because between Teddy and yourself now, you're gonna be splitting at least half an hour. So I give you back your time that you missed this morning, so that you could, you know, catch up with us with what's happening. So now that the Premier League The Premier League is
Started.
underway.
Yeah,
The
them a try.
favorites are who? No, who are the favorites?
No, them say, well, you know, they make prediction. Majority of them say Man City is going to win it by a whiskers or a lick up. And then some maybe even say Manchester United. Some maybe even say Chelsea. So them all up on the four top teams same way. Some say Liverpool. So but majority of the punter is saying Liverpool, reason being, although them don't buy, which I find
I'm starting to see what you were saying about Pep. Yeah. I watched the game against Leon the other day. Again, I rewatched it.
Then.
And I saw, before Leon, they had played a game. Was it a Premier League game before Leon?
Yeah.
Game that they had played and they won. And it was a different team altogether. He played 3 games, and all 3 games was 3 different starting 11. And the best one was the one that won 3-1. They won a match 3-1. 5. I think it was 5. 5-1 with Sterling scoring.
That team.
Yeah, and then going up against Leon, he changed that starting 11.
Same, and changed all the system on play.
The system, the lineup was different too as well. Yeah,
different. Yeah.
So let's say I think this season have got to prove himself. This season, say.
Which is going to be much harder this season.
He's not really a fake, as what they're saying. Him get team that already built.
Built, yes or no? So, because no, you know.
So remember. No, go ahead.
No, him have to prove himself, and why him have to prove himself this season. Now, he's coming up against team now who is even spending just like how he was spending. When you look at Chelsea, they have already spent 200 million already, and they are still looking at a player, a goalkeeper, and his value is about 27 to 30 million. They are looking at a centre back, I believe it's 50 million. So Chelsea haven't stopped purchase as yet, Arsenal is still looking. United is still looking. So what happening to Pep now is coming up against clubs which are improving from last season. When he was in Spain, you could say, well, Real Madrid will give them problem. So our team now is just to concentrate on Real Madrid because they are the one who is going to give us the problem. When he was in Germany, he was looking at Dortmund. So it wasn't very, very competitive. Now he's in the English league. He's not only looking at 2 clubs, he's looking at least 7. 7 clubs. Remember, when Wolves didn't finish in the top 4, and Wolves beat them twice. Yeah. Twice last season. So as a coach, I'm coming into a new dimension. My first season, yes, I came and received a team with talent. And you know what? I have an owner who, if I want 300 million, 500 million to spend, that's there. He did the spending. He won, yes. But what happened? When he won with the points, he beat Liverpool by 1 point.
Okay.
So that make him start think again. And what happened the next season? He didn't retain it. Liverpool won. No, Liverpool haven't strengthened. Remember, Liverpool don't strengthen. To me, they bought one player, which is a very good player, but certain department them don't buy to strengthen. When you look at Chelsea buy about 4 to 5 players. So what's happening now? Klopp and Lampard in some altercation, which Lampard says something where I don't feel that was necessary. Klopp was saying he didn't call any name, but we know it was Chelsea. Some club is spending a lot of money, and then Lampard said he's what? He shouldn't be talking. He's being naive because he spent that. But if you look, Klopp spend that money over a period of time. Chelsea spend that money at one go.
Okay.
You understand? So clap, bill. No, analysts, punter are saying Warner argue, will they cope with demands?
There's a question in the chat room for you, Dan.
Yeah.
And it's about is the protocol directed by the government and enforced by the club's academy? And the person went on to say, was the protocol developed collectively?
Well, it depends. Be a good question. What happened now? The government set out those guidelines. The club go by those guidelines. But as you say, does the club follow the guideline? The guideline is there, so I can set a guideline about, I'm going to tweet this, I'm going to tweet that. So, yes, everything is set up by the government, but the government don't set the guideline unless, those scientists give them the go-ahead and give them instruction what to do. So, what happened now, it come down from the scientists. The scientists run the survey, run certain survey tests and see what happened. And then they do some research still. And then after the research, it go to the government. The government look at it. And if it's approved, then it go through, it go to the legislation. Some of them, I don't believe it go through. Like the football now, I don't feel it go through certain. But as long as the scientists, the government scientists approve of certain thing, the government go by what the scientists say. So that's how it break it down and go down. With the academy, what I must say now, with the academy, because, well, I may approve of it, you may not, because the age group, and they said the age group is less likely. So, all right. The under 11, may I speak about something today with the development where I'm at now. The under 11s to the under 16 contact, them can sit in group. So it depends. At the grassroots level at the moment, everything is in place. What I want to do, I want to have it here somewhere, the government guideline. I'm going to send you the guideline. I'm going to photocopy it and make you have it when I finish. And you can see the guideline, what's supposed to be in place. If they ask me to them, I'll make you have that.
Okay.
Because each club, you have to get that. That's our government guideline. So it's sent out to every club in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Then they
go.
What I'm thinking of now is the crowd. We may have crowd before the 12th of October, maybe. Some clubs already having crowd going inside. Rugby have what, 3,000? If it's not 3, it's 2,000. So certain things now, it's just the rule is changing by the weeks, by the day, depending on the area you live in. So if the area you live in, the virus is not up, it's down, then that rule change to the environment and how the virus spread.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you a minute for wrap up. Flavius, are you there with us?
Flavius can cook though.
I don't have no idea. All right, go ahead. Give a minute.
Because I'm not knowing what's going on in Jamaica, and I heard that it's really, the virus is spreading more and more. But as I said, Jamaican, we know that we are our own self, and we are hard to convince on certain things. But all we are saying is, please, just follow the guideline. Just follow the guideline, because it may not you, it may someone related to you or a friend. Please just follow the guideline. That's the country can come back to what it was. It's warm. Jamaica is warm. The Caribbean is warm. That's why they are saying it's not spreading like it should be spreading. You know what's worrying now? Today they say it's going to be a second wave. It's not if, it's how diverse it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they are talking like there is going to be a second wave. And the
Mm.
problem, it's coming in to winter.
Yeah.
What's happening in winter? Because during the winter time, it's when it's going to be more deadly. So all we are saying up here now is, Father, we could see if we can just
Bracing
follow the
yourself. Bracing yourself.
yeah, brace yourself and so
Mhm.
yeah. So I say Jamaica, just try stay safe and just follow the guideline. Just follow the rule now. It when we're not following, we are selfish because you know what? We may have it transferred to someone else. Yeah, just follow the rule. Yeah. As it say, Jamaica land we love.
True. Well, I have a little engineer named Arthur who
Yeah.
normally we are touching upon fruits that people must eat for during this time, and we should be eating it not only because we are in a pandemic time, but we should eat it constantly. And it's coconut. Some people say it's not a fruit. Some people say it's a nut. Whichever way you want to put it, we're going to classify it as a fruit this morning. You understand me? Because of the jelly water. So, Arthur, I want you to take it away.
Have you ever heard the saying that coconut water is the only water that goes to the heart? It is only about 20 years ago that I realized that the statement is not true. Coconut water does not go to the heart. Coconut is a fruit and also a nut that has many uses. It quenches thirst, for cooking, moisturizes skin and hair. Coconut is a versatile food item that is misunderstood and taken for granted by many of us. Coconut is consumed at various stages of maturity. The younger, less mature coconut, otherwise called jelly, the more mature stages that usually result in more flesh and sweeter water, and the ultimate dry coconut with a small amount of water and harder flesh that is processed further to make a variety of products. What nutrients are found in the coconut? Sugar, to provide quick energy. 1 cup, or better yet, 1 8-ounce cup of coconut water is 1 fruit serving and provides about 40 kilocalories. There is really no need for persons with diabetes to drink young coconut. Enjoy the sweet coconut water and eat the flesh or jelly for another fruit serving. Potassium, to regulate the heartbeat and lower blood pressure. This is the reason coconut water is touted to be the only water that goes straight to the heart. Coconut water does not go to the heart, but the potassium has an effect on the heart. Fat, as the coconut matures, the water gets less and the flesh, or jelly, gets harder and the fat content gets higher in the nut. Dry coconut is an excellent source of fat. 1 teaspoon of coconut oil provides 45 kilocalories. Saturated fat is the main type of fat in dry coconut. This is the reason when coconut cream or oil is made it becomes solid, or as Jamaicans would say, the oil sleep up at room temperature. Lauric acid is the fat that is present that makes coconut oil and cream so special. Lauric acid increases the good cholesterol, HDL, found in the blood and reduces the risk of heart disease. And here is the controversial side, the same lauric acid also increases the bad cholesterol, LDL, which, if not controlled, can cause heart disease. Monounsaturated fat, which is also found in olive, peanut and canola oils. This type of fat is easily digested and used by the cells in the body quickly. As Jamaicans, especially those of us who grew up in the country or rural areas, who were not able to afford the imported oils sold in the shops and supermarkets, we were privileged to observe the females in the family make coconut oil from the grated dry coconuts. What a flavorful meal we devoured, all fingers licked. Coconut, like all other foods, should be consumed in moderation. Coconut seems to be one of the newest food items worldwide, but as Jamaicans, we have been enjoying coconut in many different ways. This item is credited to Marsha N. Woolery, Road, a registered dietitian/nutritionist at Fairview Medical and Dental Center, Montego Bay, Jamaica, and adjunct lecturer at Northern Caribbean University. I am Arthur, wishing you a pleasant day.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. So, Flavius, I did laugh around there. Thank you, Arthur. So, Dan, thank you for your time here. And Flavius, since you were on your break, you were on a break before we get out.
No, but I was listening to everything. I didn't want to cut in.
Okay.
There was nothing for me to speak about.
All right. Well, you're 1 minute to get out of here.
Oh, okay. The weather now we are gone back down to cloud cover now. I don't know what is really happening out in the atmosphere there.
Come out of the bush.
But what do we do now?
Come out of the bush. You sound claggy.
What do we do? Yeah, one thing we do know now is that the Jamaica is admitted now that we are in the community spread mode of the coronavirus. That is, this one passes to the next one in the community, to the next one. And this is the dreaded part that people didn't want to reach. But we are there now. So the only thing I think can really combat this is the old discipline. Don't mix up with people. Don't go too close to people. Don't invite people at your house. Keep your home sterile. Follow all the protocols of going out and coming in. Wearing your mask, social distancing. And of course, when you come home, you get off the clothes and you wash off yourself. So you don't infect anybody else in the house. Very important. So it's back to our respecting each other, respecting ourselves, respecting our neighbors. And in the whole thing about respect is, you have to be disciplined to carry through all of this, to keep us safe in this COVID time.
All right. So, Flavius.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you this morning, sir. And Dan, thank you also.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. You know what, man.
Tafina.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
Tafina to take us out. Guys, hold the line. Don't leave.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I clean her eyes. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist, but this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Get out of sight. Shorty, I a clean pair of heels. I said, yeah. through the door. Take away ourselves.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.